Good evening, good morning, and welcome to what's sort of a part two from my Bolo Antique Mall visit the other week. We picked up two games. Kim Possible 3, that was an interesting one for sure. We're definitely going to have to go back to that at some point soon. I want to see if I can get past that one level at least. Um, so I'm not just the entire live stream trying to figure out how to get through one part. We got to get back to that. That was interesting though. We didn't even get to the first level of what I've read to be like 5 levels on that game. Well, there was one other one I picked up, another franchise that I was very much into, Disney related back in the day, and that was Lilo and Stitch. Pretty obvious. I got some Lilo and Stitch stuff back there. Got them all over my bedroom upstairs. I got some Lilo and Stitch stuff in the arcade. I've done plenty of personal videos now at this point, kind of going over my obsession with Lilo and Stitch. So most of you, if y'all regular, know I'm into Lilo and Stitch. Well, I found this one. So the Kim Possible one was $10. This one was 15. Again, we're on my friend's Game Boy Advance that they gave me a few years back. And yeah, it looks pretty good. I have not tried this at all. So I'm hoping maybe this is a little bit easier than the Kim Possible one. Not saying we're gonna finish it or anything, but hopefully it's a little less intense. The Kim Possible game was good, but there was just every little bit as a strategy. It's a very interesting take on it, and you know, Kim can only do certain things, and then Ron to get Ron up to that certain point, and vice versa. Ron needs his special skills to get Kim Possible up to a certain point. And then you gotta include Rufus in there, and unless you do it the exact certain way that they want you to do it, and they do give you hints once in a while, uh, yeah, you're not getting to the next section there. That game was insane. I'm not gonna say it's a bad game. It's just a lot more intense than I was expecting for a Kim Possible game. Now this is probably maybe more of a child's game. I mean both are kids games, I guess, but Lilo and Stitch, you might think that they need to kind of dumb it down for simple minds like me, as well as little kids. But yeah, let's get kind of started with this. That's going to be our main game for tonight. So again, this is kind of a part two of the last live stream. Feel free to watch it if you want. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started with this. I also might have to take a break for a second because I'm doing laundry stuff for the wife. I heard a beep, but there might still be another machine going. I'm going to get this light off here in a second. Alright, so yeah. Again, we're kind of doing it sort of nothing fancy here. Just holding this up in front of the screen. Get this light off. Alright. Alright, I always forget the buttons on here. Alright, so yeah, start on the right, select on the left, A, B, A. Okay, cool. I don't know if we get to be different characters here, if this is going to be similar to Kim Possible one, where we're doing stuff as Lilo and Stitch. I don't know. Cool music here. I mean, the Kim Possible intro was pretty cool, though. I gotta give it that one. I say of the two. So interesting. Pictures, movies. That's kind of cool. Don't wanna, I'm not getting struck with any copyrights. Okay, so we can only unlock the first one right now, so I guess we unlock more. That's cool. They give you a little clip of the movie, though. Okay. So that's what that is. password, so I don't know if we're going to have save states on here, or if we have to save a password, which I don't really have anything to write that down with. Options, just we have music on and sound on. Hopefully you guys can see that okay. If for some reason, I know sometimes when I'm playing this thing, I end up kind of getting off-center. Definitely just let me know in the chat. Of course, if you watch this later, it won't matter, but if I do get this off a little bit, just let me know. Who the heck are these guys? I don't know why. There's like a black line down on the bottom here. That's weird. Oh, okay, there we go. It's got the words there. Hey, where are you taking me? Let me go, Stitch. Help. Alright. Okay, so we have A to jump, B to shoot. Unlimited of that, I think. We have 3 little pineapples here. We can jump on the headlights. Can you jump on top of this guy? What's that up there? Oh well, whatever. No. Okay, so we gotta hit that thing up there. But avoid the claw. Jeez, how many times I gotta hit that thing? I'm trying to figure out what the strategy of this. Jeez. There we go. Jeez, that took long enough. Ouch. Now, the Kim Possible game, we have unlimited continues, so that'd be nice if I got it here as well, because I think I'm on my last life now. Yes. Continue, sure. So I guess we have unlimited continues. We have to start here by the truck again, though, but yeah, it's whatever. Ah. I'm guessing we can jump up there. Yep. It's kind of fun to ride this. Make sure I didn't miss any shits. Yeah, nope, still quiet. Not sure if anyone's watching. Kind of. Well, unfortunately, the way I kind of have to prop my phone to the tripod here, the little holder actually hides. Like it'll tell me how many are in chat, so I'm gonna have to like kind of lean my phone down a little bit, and then I tell, okay, yeah, 0 in the chat right now. So it's quiet, quite quiet night. Let's continue, I guess. See if anyone shows up tonight. You know, it's kind of weird. Some days could be weird. I may still try to do something Tuesday, but you know, I had a little extra time. I mean, I do have a lot of video project stuff that I could be doing, but Sunday nights are always weird. Sometimes, like, get like nobody or one person or a whole bunch of random people will join. Yeah, I try not to go on too late, but I know definitely people do. So I can lean down to avoid that. Let's go. Definitely a lot of people do watch it later. Obviously, yeah, I don't see a lot of comments usually, but you know, I definitely get extra views later, you know. Yeah, I mean, nothing crazy, 30, 50 or so sometimes on it. And definitely majority of those come afterwards. Which is cool, too. Most of the comments in chat are from the squad folks, you know, the regulars. So if there's anyone new finding it, I don't really know too much of who you guys are, but... Well, we're getting good at that part, anyway. Like, I'm hitting that, but I don't think that's killing him. It's kind of annoying, but... I don't know. It's hard for me to. I don't know if it's because I got it angled, a little bit for the live stream, but just seeing details on the screen. And the Kim Possible game was hard too, seeing all these little intricate details on there and like what part of the tree I had to jump to do the swing on and stuff. It just wasn't really easy. Yeah, this is where I kind of wish I still had like a game genie of sorts or whatever, just to kind of give me unlimited lives or whatever. I have to mess around with the continues. Not like against, doing like having lives or whatever, but it kind of disrupts the flow of the live stream. Folks are in there, and wasting their time like constantly redoing a level or something like that. And if I had unlimited lives, I could just kind of keep on rolling with that, and that would make the live stream more interesting to me anyway. I'm supposed to jump on this thing. I'm not really sure. Like, I can't even tell really well like what these things are that are shooting at me. Yeah, the Kim Possible game, it definitely kind of gave you kind of kind of a storyline here. You're here, we're just like shooting stuff, and like, who's that dude? I don't know. We're definitely like in some kind of a warehouse or something. Well, at least we're. Oh, okay, we're still back by the truck. Yeah, we're having some bad weather in Chicago, and so it's kind of a good time for me to do some live streams. So there's, definitely a fair chance that we might have another one this week. Yeah, it's been on and off snowing a little bit. Nothing too major here, but a lot more by the lake, and tomorrow's supposed to be a pretty bad weather day, so who knows? There could be another live stream tomorrow. Could be one with the family if we're all bored in the evening, not doing nothing. I don't know. Yeah, there's no lack of stuff shooting at you, that's for sure. I mean, it's still kind of a straight shoot 'em up game, but yeah. Damn, I think you get 3. It says 3 up here, but or maybe, oh no, I bet this is my live. Yeah, I don't know exactly what that is, but I think this must be my live up here. Well, we're getting through it quicker. We're getting used to this. We're just not. Just keep on running out of lives here. Hey, we finally gonna get out of this world. Get out of here. It's interesting that you gotta shoot the door down. Yay! Alright. Hopefully we got a new save here. I'm tired of that world. I've seen nothing about a password yet, so I know we're gonna find out now here in a second. Yay! We can continue here. Alright. Yeah, I don't know what the password thing is all about though, but... So, I don't know if this is like Stitch being an alien himself and like trying to fight off aliens coming to Hawaii. How ironic is it? I don't know. Otherwise, I don't know what the heck all this stuff is. A DSL-like console. Yeah, yeah, the Nintendo DS is really cool, yeah. I like this. The only thing, what I like about this Game Boy Advance, hey, it's good to see you. Welcome to chat. I really like about this is it's compatible with the Game Boy Color, and obviously the Game Boy Advance, so it can play a few things. So it's really cool that I could hook up my original Game Boy games in this now that my actual Game Boy is kind of busted. So I like the cross compatibility. It's yeah, I know that because I thought, okay, well this must just be the regular Game Boy Advance, but then I'm looking up Game Boy Advance stuff, and it keeps on showing me, instead of showing me pictures of this, yeah, I'll show you this. A little light here, yeah. So this is the Game Boy Advance SP. This is one that my friend had given me years ago. It's from her childhood. She's like, I'm not using it anymore. I know you do gaming stuff, with the arcade and everything like that. I don't even know if she knows much about my live stream, but this is like, I don't even think I was live streaming actually when she gave it to me, but it's like, hey, you might be interested into it. And it's blue, great condition, still works well. I do have it on a charger, but the battery still works on it. But then I looking at Game Boy Advance on Google and kept on showing me something that was more like a vertical, like with a long screen and kind of more of a handheld thing, like not like the size of a Switch or anything. So this is kind of, but it's not the DS or it's got the 2 screens or anything like that, unfortunately. I used to have one of those. It was actually my sister's, and I can't find it. I thought it was in one of my boxes, but I haven't been able to find it yet. I was looking through it when I was doing my Ohio bag North Lake box videos. Those were I never run across the darn thing, but yeah. So this has been very handy. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of my original Game Boy, but um, I actually had a friend of the channel, Mr. Todd Herbert. We all know and love Mr. Todd Herbert. He actually fixed up my, he cleaned it up anyway. I'll show you that real quick. So I gotta find a place to sort of like put this on display, but he couldn't get my original Game Boy to start working, but boy did he clean this thing up. It's just kind of in a bag right now. But I gotta find a nice place to put this. It looks beautiful. Fortunately, he doesn't think that it'll like ever work again, but it's the cleanest it's ever looked. This was my original Game Boy, and I got a bunch of Game Boy games, thankfully. And now I can play those Game Boy games on this. So, yeah, I don't know. It's something with the board, something with the monitor, something fried. Again, this thing was in the house when they had the big fire from my North Lake home, so, it had both fire damage, smoke damage, and water damage when they took out the fire, so it got a little of everything, but it looks clean up. We did a good job of that, so. For now, it's just going to be kind of a display piece in the arcade. I don't know where yet I'm going to put it, but what I need desperately in that game room in Wayne's Arcade World is shelves. I think we had some more chats here. No sound. Okay. Oh, well, this isn't really loud. I can check my. Okay. Well, I verified that the sound is on now, so hopefully you can hear me. There is a little mute button, but I don't. It shows like everything's running. So. All right. Let's continue on. Oh, and look at it. It looks a little bit better when I have this light off. There we go. Yeah, this is Lilo and Stitch. Last live stream, we played Kim Possible. Both of these I picked up at my local antique store in Volo. Not I don't know. Let's just say, did I get a good deal on it? Probably not. But a lot of these antique stores, things aren't on like a really good deal. This one cost me $15, and the Kim Possible game from last week cost me $10. So, I don't know. I don't go to the antique shops a lot. I have to get back to the America's Antique Mall again. But I'm not sure. I've done like the holiday videos now a couple times there, like going around Christmas. So, kind of repeat material. I don't know. Again, I might stop. If I'm in near, I might just stop in and not film it. I've filmed that thing quite a bit now, and I filmed it the holiday multiple times. And, just kind of take a quicker walk through there and see if there's any games I can pick up. And the last time we were down there, I think it's called Greg's Game Room or something like that. It's a really cool booth that has a lot of electronic and old computer video game stuff, and that's where we picked up that Need for Speed game at. And that one's okay. It's I don't know. It's interesting. Definitely not my favorite. Not like some of the Need for Speed games that I had as a kid for DOS and like Windows 95 and stuff like that. But it's okay. It's more of like a drag racing, street racing type deal, and just your traditional racing game, and it's okay, but I got that one pretty cheap though. From I've been wanting to get something from that guy's particular booth for a while now, and it was a good find. But yeah, I mean in that in Nevada Antique Mall, particularly in Building 2, if you're familiar with that, and there's a really cool section. So if you go in the entrance to, it's the entrance past where the barn is. That takes you into Building 2, and then straight to the left is a really cool. And it's right in the right before you go in the hallway back to Building 1, the barn. There's just a really cool gaming booth there. It has all sorts of old retro games, and it's organized really well. And there was a couple Wii games that I thought, that might be interesting, but I don't know. I kind of knew I wanted that Kim Possible one, and then while I was going through the rest of the mall, and ended up actually back in Building 2 right before I left to pick up the Kim Possible game, I saw this in one of the cases. So, in the antique malls, they have a lot of stuff in cases, and this was sitting in there, but I couldn't see the price tag on it until I took it out, or the lady took it out for me, it was 15. I don't know, with these, you can really, because these are not like ladies, I mean, they're selling the stuff, but it's other people who are selling it, so, it's like they have multiple vendors in each, in each little booth or whatever, and I don't know, I don't think they really care to like bargain with you. That's really not their job. It's not their stuff. They're just the cashiers who you pay for, So I don't think I could have. Otherwise, I would have maybe tried to get this one down to $10 as well at least. But they don't really. They they could care less. That's like if I'm working at a grocery store and someone tell me, I don't really want to pay this price for bananas. Will you take 10 cents less a pound or whatever? And like. They don't really, us cashiers aren't going to really give a crap what you want to price is the price, so, that's kind of the way I take it. But it's fun, even when I'm going to eventually have an option to do, like, have a lot of these games digitally down the road, I still like picking up the physical cartridges and supporting, different different folks, as long as they're not like outrageous, like I'm not going to be paying $60 for a Wii game or something like that, that's just silly. But if someone's selling something at an antique shop or something like that, I'll support them at a decent price. It's always good to have physical forms of media. And there's definitely a lot of options for, doing digital these days. But it's good to still have the physical forms of it too. You never know with digital ones and zeros what can happen to something. So no DRMs, no DLCs, no nothing, just a physical cartridge playing Lilo and Stitch. I didn't have to sign in anything to play this. But I should probably mention it here. I'm going to be mentioning it probably in most of my live streams for the rest of the month of November, to stay tuned. And if you guys are interested in joining me on a live stream at some point, I think you guys got an idea what time I do these now, but I've been on Roblox for a while, so I still have my Roblox account at Memories by Wayne. Feel free to add me on there. I've gotten to know a few of you from the folks recreating the malls, like Stratford Square, Northbrook, etc. You guys have been following me on YouTube and commenting and stuff, so kind of building the community there as well, and trying to promote your guys' work with the malls. So I've been on Roblox, and I definitely kind of I think, to do another Roblox live stream. It's been a little while. We did one with our spooky gaming videos, but I want to do another one. And So we have Roblox, but we have another very exciting thing that is coming soon. I am really looking forward to, and I'm definitely going to be signing up for it. A new game that is starting December 1st, and no, it's not GTA 6. That's not coming out until next year, supposedly. Supposedly. I'm gonna laugh when they say it's gonna be 2027. It's still funny. It's like a meme at this point. But no, another service is definitely coming. December 1st, called OV2. So OVTWO. You can check them out at OVTWO.com. It is still currently in its sort of like alpha beta invite only testing stage, but the beta will open to the public on December 1st, and that's when I am going to join. And of course, we're going to have a lot of live streams with OV2, or what we're probably going to end up calling it mostly is Onverse. It's not officially Onverse, it is a fan made recreation of Onverse, which closed down in the late 2018 or something like that. I don't know. It's been closed for a while, but that was my game. That was my MMO, my MMORPG, whatever's. That was the main one I played. From God, I was an early beta adopter into the Onverse, probably like 2009. I think it was around Thanksgiving, maybe not Thanksgiving weekend, 2009. I showed up, signed up for Onverse, and the only reason I did it because some of my younger cousins' kids, who actually I featured in my History of Wade's Arcade World video, well, a lot of them were signing up for this thing called Onverse, and I was like, what the heck? And then my sister wanted to join, and she was also, she's a bit younger than me, and all these folks were younger than me. I'm like, what is this Onverse? And everyone's joining, and so I wanted to learn more about it, so I downloaded it on my computer and watched them play, and then like, oh, this looks fun. And so I joined, and I was on there from 2009 up until it closed, basically. And well, and the whole thing got hacked and broken into, and of course the CEO passed away from a motorcycle accident in 2015. So, and then after that, the game just never got developed or security fixed or anything after that. It just basically fell apart, and it got so hacked that it became basically legal liability to keep it open, and so it just shut down. Very, very messy, and yeah, I know you obviously the tragic reasons behind it, obviously, nothing you can do, but anyway, it's coming back. There was one attempt to recreate it before a few years back. That I think it was called OV Now or something like that, but that kind of fell apart. It never really went anywhere. But now someone actually got it into a legit game and legit MMO, and I'm part of Facebook groups and stuff and watching develop. I just didn't sign up for that because you got to be in Discord, and I do not have a Discord account. I'm not really interested in having a Discord account. So yeah, I never signed up for that, but it will open up, assumingly, to anybody on December 1st. And so if you want to join me in an online MMO, of course, obviously, Roblox is still an option, but OV2, formerly Onverse, it's basically Onverse. It's not going to have every single feature, I don't think, or every single world at the moment. It's going to be under. It's going to take a while to develop it, but it has the basic main world, which they call the hub. So that's cool. I think it's going to have some games. I think you're going to be able to do player points. I don't know if they're going to have houses. I hope they have houses, or at least apartments. I had a villa thing in there. So I hope I have sound. I do apologize if there's no sound on this, but I looked at all my settings, and I should have all the sounds going on here. It's just this thing's not very loud, but That's a little Game Boy Advance. The volume is all the way up though. I'll tell you that, but just not super loud. And get out of here. Yeah, I mean, this is a pretty basic shoot 'em up game, a little less complicated than the Kim Possible one. Definitely not. I wouldn't say it's like a super easy kids game, but just because there's a lot of stuff coming at you from every direction and trying to look at it from this angle, and I kind of have to look at it in order for you guys to see it. Can make it tricky, kind of like the Kim Possible game was. But the color is really nice on here. I'm interested if I can find a Game Boy Color game that I like. It'd be interesting to see how that looks on here. Suppose the Game Boy Color will work on this too. Alright, let me put you on pause here for a moment. Kind of want to make sure I do have some sound here. And I need to update some laundry stuff, so let me put this by the phone here. All right, confirmed we got sound, so everything is good. Let's play a little bit more. What are we? I don't even know what we're looking at here. It's like 40, 46 minutes. Do we even have anyone on here right now? Nope. Probably a little bit more. I think at least see if I can get to this level. I think we were pretty close though. Yeah, I wish that there was more ways to pick up one-ups or something. Just, you get 3 lives, that's it. Yeah, it's like an arcade game, man. You get what you get, and that's it. Another thing I really find challenging is just, it's so quick to go through your lives here. There doesn't appear to be any way to, like, I mean, I guess you would improve your health a little bit. There's those look like little medical boxes or something like that. I don't know what the pineapples do. Interesting game though. I see that we're back to that, and we keep on having this till we get to a certain spot. We're starting back at this stupid door again. And just having to restart each time is not really all that fun either. And of course, now I can't pick up the medical box. I went too far that way. One more, and I think I might go just play some of the other. I'm getting just kind of bored with this level now because I can't get past it. It's a good game, though. Well, that was fun. Interesting. Do we unlock any more movies? Nope. Of course, if we start, it's gonna start us back in the beginning again. Okay. Well, that's Lilo and Stitch on Game Boy Advance. It was okay. Um, Definitely something I will go back into. Unfortunately, I don't really have the password or anything, so when I never really was given an option for a password, I don't think so. Um, but we might have another option with Game Boy Advance coming soon, which may let us do save states. So that's not the end of the world. But still cool. Glad I got it. Yeah, let's see. What else do we have something here? My friend had other Game Boy Advance ones that she did give me. Pull those out. Yeah, so a lot of these are kind of, well, some that aren't really interesting. Like she's got a Harry Potter game, which whatever. I mean, it might be fun, worth trying. I mean, not. It was never a franchise I was super into myself, but she has Mario and Donkey Kong. Some of these I think we've already done on the last time. Super Mario 3. What's the other one here? Donkey Kong Country. So she's into Mario and Donkey Kong, that's for sure. Yeah, a lot of these are just going to take some time. I need something quick and simple. And I'll play my Gator Pinball. I love this game. I love Gator Pinball. So we'll wrap it up. It's gonna be a kind of short one tonight, but we're gonna have a lot of folks on here, so not a big deal. We'll try to do something maybe Tuesday night or tomorrow night again because the weather's kind of icky. So I'll show you again. So this does kind of go right in the bottom here. It sticks out a little. It's interesting, but face down, clicks right in there, and yeah. Of course, now we can play this on our Super Game Boy for the Super Nintendo, but it's kind of fun playing it this way too. Slide off here. I don't know, what is match play? Okay, I don't know. There is, as nice as the Game Boy is, playing this on a Game Boy, there is something kind of nice the way it looks on here too. I gotta say. Of course, not a good start to that. And it looks really beautiful on the screen too. I mean, it would have been cool to get the Super Nintendo working, but both this and the Super Game Boy both play them very well, so it's not a big deal, but and honestly, I think this is probably a better quality screen than that Game Boy ever was. Honestly, I don't even know how well that original um, Game Boy would show up on a live stream because it wasn't like illuminated really in back. That's why you had the Game Boy light and all this other goofy stuff, the magnifier thing and all this other. Uh, ah. Come on. Ah. Yeah. Straight down the middle. Ooh, I think we got a bonus live. Finally. Finally, we have one, what I consider a standard game here. Of course, then we dropped it. We get a second chance here, so please present. Or not. Okay, what is that? I don't know what that was. Sounded like we had a 1-up. I don't know. Apparently not. Yeah, we get to put our name in, so there's that. I think this is racing as soon as we turn off it, but we'll be official, I guess. There we go. All right, Revenge of the Gator Pinball. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know there wasn't really too many folks out here tonight. Other than X-Men House of Training. I was trying to make sure I get your name right, but you definitely have been enjoying all your comments on the videos and stuff like that. You're definitely a member of our squad. I don't think you're here anymore, but yeah, we've been at 0 for a while, so haven't had any of our regulars tonight. Kind of sad, but maybe we'll catch someone on Monday or Tuesday. Again, with this icky weather, good chance that I might be stuck at the house. So during the day or evening. So maybe we could have an early live stream during the day. Maybe one with the kids. I think there's some holiday too, like Veterans Day or something too, that's going on right now that they're off of school for some days. So might see them on a live stream. But as always, I appreciate you guys joining, and feel free to comment later if you watch this at some other point. Either way, I appreciate your support as usual. Yeah, a cool little system. Like I said, a lot of the original, Game Boy stuff I can now play in that Super Game Boy, hook up to the Super Nintendo on the big TV. So, there is that, but still fun playing on the handheld once in a while. She even gave me this nice little carrying case for it, so kind of fits everything real nice. I put the plug thing in the back one here. And just kind of zippers on up there, and then the Game Boy Advance itself will go right in there. Just kind of flops right in there. She had some of the games in here too, but it was kind of taking up a lot of room, so now I got them all in like a little separate bag. Yeah, once I bought the Lilo and Stitch console, and I'm like, yeah, I don't really have enough room to store the games in here too, so I'm sure I could probably find some. Yeah, also has a little strap here too, so if you're traveling, it doesn't like move around too much, so that's kind of nice. But I am gonna look. I'm sure I could probably find some sort of like Amazon, eBay, or something for like a carrying case for Game Boy Advance games. So there's a million things out there, just something I haven't really looked at too much yet. For now, they're in the bag next to all my regular Game Boy games. If you're interested in the games that I have for the Game Boy, I've covered that in previous videos, so you can check that out in different live streams too. So we've covered most of them. There's still a few other games I still have to cover that I haven't played yet on here. All right. Well, I do appreciate you guys joining, and anyone who actually ends up watching this later. Just a little over an hour. Perfect. And Freedom, if you're out there, no more fork. No more fork. Freedom pointed out the fork on our last live stream, and I've officially had it cleaned with the dishwasher. So it's all clean. It definitely was icky, like you pointed out, but been all clean since. But have a great night, guys. See y'all soon.